if any person understood any member of your body, any part of your body, whether it be the liver or the lungs or the heart or the brain or anything, you'd simply see that this had to be designed perfect on the one shot. And not only that, all of these things had to be designed at the same time. Why? Your body couldn't have evolved from multiple stages. Why? You wouldn't survive a half a second without lungs. You wouldn't survive a half a second without a heart. You wouldn't survive a half a second without a stomach. And that stomach is so perfect, it has to be done perfect on the first shot. Why? Because if the acid is too much on day one, that's it, no more stomach. And guess what? Guess what? The second a person dies, that stomach, that magical thing that we call our stomach, that always regenerates and helps itself regenerates because it's killing itself at the same time, but at the same rate to make sure that you don't have holes in your stomach, the second a person dies, that stops working. And the stomach starts destroying itself until the acids completely destroy the stomach. How come it didn't do that a week before? How come it didn't do that 10 years before? How come it didn't do that 20 years before? How come it's only a second after he dies? It's no longer regenerating. How come it's, continues for a little while? It's been going for so long. Got used to it, no? Got used to it. You start running, even to slow down takes you a little while. No, stops on the spot. Like somebody took out the socket. How come? It had to be designed perfect on the first second. The heart could never pump the blood at a different rate, at a different speed than you need in order to live. It couldn't just start slowly and then build up, like the evolutionists think. The brain couldn't have been a developed thing. Why? It had to be perfect on day one to operate all of the other things. So yeah, you can live without arms, and you can live without legs, and you can live without eyes, but all of the mechanics that make those things move, impossible to live without it for a second. But yet there are so-called smart people that believe this stupidity. And unfortunately, there are some naive religious people who say, well, it does make sense what he says. Why? What would make sense? What exactly did he say makes sense? I don't know, it just sounded really good. Oh, you mean he's a good speaker? Haman was also a good speaker. You know who was the best speaker in the last 150 years? Hitler, Rashmo. Hitler is the best speaker in the last 150 years. The only reason I say only in the last 150 years, I don't know anybody before that. I'm pretty sure he's probably the best speaker of all time. If you listen to a speech by Hitler, you don't need to know the language. Something happens. You start getting motivated, do something. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to start cleaning the house. I'm going to kill somebody. I'm going to get married. I'm going to do something. I don't know. This guy's motivating. I have no idea what he's saying. You don't know he's actually talking about you to kill you. But, no, I'm going to do... Mamash, he had koch satan in him. Mamash koch satan in him. Now I'm a speaker. I taught speakers for over 20 years. I can appreciate speakers. I'm telling you, unbelievable. Mamash koch satan. People are listening to the Satan every day. Tell them that they came from some amoeba. Tell them they came from some molecule. Tell them they came from some chicken or lizard that came to my house last week. The foolishness of people. No, but it took a long time. What difference does it make? Long time, little time. Does it make a difference? It can never go to step one. But people don't pay attention to that. They think that if something takes a long time, eventually it works. They think that if they're married for long enough, eventually they're going to like each other. It doesn't work that way. If you don't work on your marriage every single day, guess what? You're going to hate each other a lot more in 50 years than you do today. If you work on your marriage every day, in 50 years, you're going to be more in love in 50 years than you are today. Time doesn't make things better. Work does.